Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano catch-up, where every Friday we take a look back at the main news, items and events within the Cardano ecosystem that caught my eye. So we found out what the proposal is for the next Cardano parameter change, some interesting use cases for NFTs, some nice stats coming out of Messari where they looked at the different layer 1s for Q2 2023. More projects launching on Cardano and some other interesting things. I will leave timestamps below. Give the video a share if you think others can benefit. Give it a like, comment questions, or even for the algorithm. I do appreciate it. Let's jump into it. So let's kick it off with the new parameter proposals for Cardano. So most people will remember the vote that we had back at the beginning of June on the parameters, which was the K factor and the minimum pool cost. And we now have the recommendations coming out of the committee. So at the time we said that was the input for the committee. They were going to look at it, debate it, and then give a recommendation for what they think should be done with the parameters on Cardano. So the minutes are out now, and the recommendation that they have given is to change one parameter at a time, and the one that they're looking to change is the minimum fixed cost, which is currently set at 340 ADA, and that will be reduced down to 170 ADA, and to keep K at 500 for now. So you can see here they recommended decreasing the minimum pool cost to 170 per epoch in line with the results of the SPO poll, monitoring the effects of changing this parameter. Once the effects of the network and stake pools have been analyzed, then further changes can take place. So I did leave a link to the full review here. I think I have it open here. So I will leave a link to this one below for anyone who wants to check it out. There was questions before about who's part of the committee, what it actually does. So you can go through here and you'll see lots of familiar names from the Cardano ecosystem and from IOG that are a part of the committee. And you can see what they talked about, updates that they recommended, and what went on there. But on a whole, that's what it looks like will probably become the next parameter changes. Haven't seen a date on that yet, but once we get it, I will let you know. Then we take a look at an interesting update from Fluid Tokens. So Fluid Tokens is similar to Lenfi Finance, who I had on the channel a while back from Ape Society. They allow you to unlock liquidity from your NFTs. So the basics of it is that you can put up your NFT and you can take out a loan against that. So someone else would give the ADA, they would take your NFT as collateral. If you don't pay it back, they get to keep the NFT and you keep whatever you took out on the loan. But you still have to have some big collateral if you want to get access to, or in that case, actually, you don't get access to the NFT. So the person who gives the ADA or whatever it is on the other side of the loan doesn't get access to the NFT unless the person who gave the NFT as collateral defaults on the loan. So now Fluid Tokens have come up with another way, and utilizing smart contracts that you can essentially rent an NFT. So the one they have here is Tappy from TapTools. So if you have this NFT, it gives you access to the pro features on TapTools, which people who have seen TapTools know that it is a really good utility, and I cover it a lot in my Monday video that dives into tokens and price and everything like that. So I haven't seen exactly how it's going to work yet, or I'm going to be very interested to see how it works. So they say they've developed a smart contract solution that allows NFT holders to rent their assets for a fee while preventing the NFT to be transferred, listed, or sold. So I'm presuming that I have an NFT, I give it to them for the loan, they loan it out, and I earn some interest on it. I presume they don't give that NFT straight to the other person, that it has to be some copy of it, or that it's locked in an NFT and the user can use it through the smart contract. Because one of the big advantages of native tokens on Cardano and NFTs is that they're not created through a smart contract. So that means that nobody else can control your assets or can freeze them. So to have these powers, it has to be done through a smart contract. I think it's great to see innovations like this, and looking forward to seeing it come out, because especially with the NFTs that have utility, that you want to hold the NFT for the long term, but maybe you don't need it for the next few months. You can let someone else rent it, so you're still earning some interest on it, and great to see things like this coming out. Just on NFTs then, we see that NMKR has come out here and said that they will be helping create the NFT-based ticketing solution for the Cardano Summit 2023 community-led events. So the main event is happening in Dubai, but there are events all around the world, I think 20 locations, and the tickets for that are going to be NFT-based, which I think is a great step to see. Ticketing is something I've talked about a good few times now at this point whenever NFTs comes up, and I think it is a real use case for NFTs in that your access to an event is the NFT, but you can also use the NFT for something after the event. So it gives you access to the live event, but maybe afterwards it gives you discounts on something else, or it gives you discounts on future tickets, or whatever way it is. So I only want to go to the live event. I can go to it. Afterwards, I can sell off the NFT because it still holds some value. So I get something back from what I spent on the event, and someone else gets to use the other utility on it. So great to see steps in the direction of NFT tickets. Update here from Clay Nation that their upcoming Cardano interoperability with the Sandbox game. So they say they've built a system for users to link their Cardano wallet to Polygon. This means that you can map events associated with Cardano wallets to the contract on Polygon. So whatever you do in your Cardano wallet can then be mapped across into whatever you're doing on Polygon. It's definitely a team I need to try and catch up with. I'll try and reach out to them and see, can we have a chat at some point to talk about everything they're doing. This is only one aspect of what they've done, and they are one of the biggest NFT projects on Cardano. I suppose they're like other ones that started as just an NFT project, but they're a lot bigger than just NFTs now. Then we look at Cardano is getting new projects, and the first of them is OptionFlow. So this is coming from the Muesliswap team, who were the first DEX and order book DEX on Cardano. And if you're watching the Milk token lately, we cover it in the Monday videos. It's been doing phenomenally well lately, and this has only helped build up the hype, and a lot of people starting to FOMO in, because Option Finance is going to bring options to Cardano, a decentralized option protocol built on Cardano. And as it's the Muesliswap building it, they're going to be airdropping a lot of the option tokens to Milk holders. I think there's a snapshot next week, the 26th, if I'm not mistaken. I will look that up after. It's great to see more financial assets coming in, or more financial options, to give people more options on what they want to do. Options is something that's used a lot in the traditional industry. So to bring this into Cardano, it brings in a lot more plays, and we'll probably do a deep dive video into it and what are the possibilities. I'll take a look through the white paper properly before I do that video, but we'll do a deep dive in the next week or so on looking at what's going to be possible there. But great to see new innovations coming out. And the next new project that we are getting is Spectrum Finance. Some people might remember, well over a year ago, maybe closer to 2 years ago, I talked to some people from Ergo and also Ergo DEX at the time. And Spectrum Finance is what Ergo DEX became. So the DEX originally was going to launch on Ergo and then launch on Cardano too. It's still the same project, had a few changes along the way, but now they are launching on Cardano next week, and the name for the project now is Spectrum Finance. That changed a while back, and it will be a fully open source DEX. One thing I really like what they're trying to do is cross-chain liquidity, and I will be sitting down with the team probably in the next week or so to have a talk about it, everything they're doing and what they're working on. And that's one area I'm definitely interested in. They are also going to be running an LBSP, which is a liquidity bootstrapping event, but not like the MinSwap one. This is where you provide, I think it shows it down here better. So you provide liquidity into one of the pairs on the DEX. That ADA is then delegated or staked to their own stake pool. The rewards generated there are then put into the project treasury, and the rewards are paid back to the liquidity provider in the project token. We'll dive a bit deeper into that when I do sit down with the team. Moving on, then we have some interesting stats from Messari. So every month or every quarter, they put out a report looking at layer ones, and this is the one for Q2 2023. And this chart here was interesting. I will try and get a hold of the full document and maybe do a deeper dive or even a full thread on Twitter looking into it. But Peter has a good breakdown here, and I have shared that out on mine. If you look here, TVL or DeFi TVL growth. So we look at Cardano is right in around the medium when you look at other projects or other chains. So you look at Cardano here, it was at just over 150 at this point. I think we're closer to 190 right now. And at that stage, we were right in on the medium. And if you look on the quarter-on-quarter growth percentage, Cardano was up, that's probably about 14%, while the medium for other chains was down more than 10%. Really good sign for Cardano. You look at DEX volume. The DEX volume on Cardano was lower than the medium over on other chains, and probably nearly about 50% of what's happening on other chains. But when you look at the growth was up nearly 200% compared to other chains going down. So again, we're looking at Cardano up here was in around the median, but down here we were below it. But the growth is far outpacing other chains right now. Stablecoin market, look, we still don't have much or many options in terms of stablecoins on Cardano. You can see in terms of market cap, we're way down on what others are. Our growth is up, like we do have ZED, we have IUSD, the fiat-backed stablecoins, USDA from Emergo. Still, we haven't got any dates on that. And another interesting one to keep an eye on is USDM, which again, I'll try and sit down with the team fairly soon to see what they're doing. Mentioned it last week and how they're using the Charlie 3 nodes to actually read the bank account API and give full transparency. I sat down with Damon from Charlie 3 during the week, and I will publish that video over the weekend where we go a little bit deeper into it too. And DeFi diversity, not fully sure on what DeFi diversity means or if it's just the number of different projects involved. And you can see here for Cardano, way above the median. So on some chains, you might look that there's only 1 or 2 protocols that hold the majority of TVL, but on Cardano, we are fairly distributed. And once again, it's the growth side. You can see Cardano growing all the time. So one video I done during the week was with Mickey from World Mobile. Myself and Paddy had a live stream yesterday. Really enjoyed the catch up, going through everything that's been happening with World Mobile lately, because some really good announcements coming out of the project lately. I'll leave a link to that one down below if you want to dive into it. Timestamps are on that one. We covered everything from the current rollout in Zanzibar, other countries, maybe seeing a balloon in an unnamed country so far. That might be the first one that comes out fairly soon. The US Spectrum, what that means for the rollout of World Mobile in the US, and a lot of different things going on with the project. So make sure you check that one out if you're interested in some of the real fi and what's going on Cardano. Then we take a quick look at Lenfi. So Lenfi put out an update yesterday about some of the improvements they've made to the testnet. I done a review video on the testnet earlier in the week and walked through it, how it all works, and made some suggestions from my own side on how I think they could really improve the UI and UX. And there's already a few of the changes live on the testnet, which is great to see that they are listening to what the community thinks would work. And you can see one of them, a small one, was just having an extra tab in for your deposits. So whatever you provide to the system, having an easy way to get access to that. And the other one, or the bigger one, there was a few smaller ones, but the bigger one I mentioned then was having some sort of a front end on this, so someone doesn't have to go through all of these individual pools, that they can come in and say, I want to supply this token, or I want to use this one as collateral, and have a simple GUI to do that. And what they shared in Telegram yesterday is they've already put together some design mock-ups on that, and great to see that the progress is happening there. Closing it out today, we'll look at Mithril is getting closer for Cardano. So Mithril nears mainnet release. For anyone that wants to read more on it and what Mithril could potentially be used for in the future, then I will leave a link to this IOG article down below. Essentially, it's a faster way to bootstrap nodes and might have lots of other use cases going into the future too. Thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Hopefully you got some value from the video. Share it out, give the video a like, comment questions down below, and have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon.